Hi, I'm Mike Davis, owner of Extra Mile Technology Services, and today we're going to answer that question: how much am I worth in my IT job? Now, this question comes up a lot from IT professionals because often they'll start at a job doing help desk or something, and then they'll get a certification or a degree, or they'll take on more duties and they'll feel like they're owed a raise. And that may or may not be true. Basically, in IT, you're worth however much somebody is willing to pay you to do a job. Obviously, in IT, we don't have the licenses and things that you might have in other careers, and experience often trumps education. So, in that way, just because you got a bachelor's or a master's, that doesn't necessarily make you any more valuable to your employer. But there might be another position out there where that employer, for whatever reason, wants somebody in there with a master's degree or something. And if you have it, then that may fit their requirements and exclude some other candidates, and you may be able to ask for more money. But at the end of the day, the first thing to consider when answering that question is how much can you make somewhere else. Now, the second part of the question then is like, well, shouldn't my employer pay me more? Maybe, maybe not. The question that they're usually asking is, how much can I replace this person for? And I know that sounds really harsh and it's really tough to say, but at the end of the day, they have a business problem to solve. They need somebody for help desk or whatever. And just because you spent every lunch hour that you had learning PowerShell and then went out and got your master's degree, if they only need somebody to do password resets, then they can't really justify paying you a ton of money, because they can pretty much get any entry-level help desk person to do those duties. So there you have it. The two things to consider is how much can I make somewhere else, and how much could my employer replace me for. And if those two numbers line up, great, fantastic, you're in the right spot. And if there's no other circumstances, then you're right where you ought to be. But if those two numbers don't align, it's not your employer's fault. They're not being greedy. And you shouldn't demand a raise from them and storm off when they don't offer it to you, when it doesn't make business sense on their side. But you ought to let them know that you're looking and why you feel you're worth more and all that. And maybe it's worth it for them to keep you around, and you can come to an agreement if you like working there. But if not, then it's best to just part ways amicably and go somewhere else where you're worth more to somebody else. Thank you, and have a great day.